I'm not gonna lie, I've eaten two and my throat is burning a little bit, but hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a little Christmas baking video. Now, this isn't your average baking video because there is going to be a bit of a twist on this, and I'm really hoping it works out / kind of hoping it fails because then it will be funny. But also my sister was the one who gave me the idea of what to bake today because I was just trying to think of something simple, and she suggested something Christmassy, which makes complete sense because it is Christmas in 2 weeks. So thank you, April, for that. And today we will be making gingerbread cookies. So you're probably wondering what the twist is. Now, if you guys have been watching YouTube for a while, then I'm sure you saw the trend where people were eating the recommended serving size for a day. And I wanted to do that video so badly, but it just didn't fit in with my life at that time. So I never got around to it, and you know, at this point it's far too late to do it. If you guys really want to see it, let me know and I can still do it, but I think that ship has sailed. So I kind of took that idea and made it my own, and I'm hoping to make it into a little bit of a series if it works out, so definitely let me know if you enjoy it. But pretty much I'm going to be baking a standard gingerbread cookie recipe that I found off Google, but with each ingredient I am going to be using the recommended serving size instead of what the recipe actually says. Now, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I was overthinking it and kind of thinking that it would just end up being a smaller serving of the recipe, but then my sister's partner was saying that he reckons it's going to go really wrong, so we're just going to see what happens. So the first thing you're going to need for the recipe is plain flour. Of course, I don't know how much yet. I haven't looked up any of the recommended serving sizes of these things because I wanted it to be a complete surprise in the moment. The second thing you are going to need is some butter. Then you're going to need some bicarb. Unfortunately, I went to the shops and completely forgot about the bicarb, even though I was in the baking aisle. So I have baking powder, and you need to use 3 times the amount of this, of bicarb, to make the equivalent. Wow, did I say that right? So pretty much I'm gonna get the serving size of bicarb and then times it by 3 and use baking powder. I hope that makes sense. Then of course you need your spices. So we've got ground ginger, cinnamon, the best thing ever, and ground cloves. Now these can go horribly wrong, speaking from personal experience, so I'm really hoping that the serving size of this is quite small. Then you need brown sugar and golden syrup and an egg. I'm going to assume this is a serving size, so this will probably stay the same. And that is it. So nice and simple. I purposely chose something nice and simple. I will have this recipe linked down below for you guys, even though I'm not technically following it, but just in case you want to make it. And I think we should just get straight in. Thanks, fridge. Alrighty, so thankfully this is a really super easy recipe and it's pretty much chuck all the ingredients in a bowl. So we're just going to go down the list, starting with the plain flour. So just going to quickly look up what the serving size of plain flour is. Somehow I feel like it's not going to be very much. So I actually had to turn off the camera because I've been sitting here Googling for about 5 minutes. Because, as expected, flour doesn't really have a serving size because there's so many things you can do with it. And I did think this might happen with at least 1 or 2 of the things, so hopefully everything else is fine. But I'm pretty sure 1 cup would be a serving size. I wish I had the actual packet because that might help a little bit more, but I found a couple of places that seem to suggest 1 cup. So that is what we're going to go with. I also don't have any measuring cups somehow, so I'm just going to be using a bowl and a scale. So I've just got to now find out how many grams are in a cup. 120 grams, okay. Alrighty, we've got it on 0, so now we just want to go to 120. Ooh, aww. So the next ingredient is butter. Now you're supposed to put 120 grams of butter in this. Something tells me the serving size of butter is going to be like 10. Oh. It is 1 tablespoon. Now I also bought real butter for this because I use Nuttelex day to day, but I figured because I'm doing this weird version of baking, I should probably get the correct ingredients, which is why I'm annoyed that I don't have the bicarb, but that's fine. Oh, I mean, a tablespoon isn't that bad. So just pop that bad boy in. Bloop. Next ingredient is bicarb. Excellent. Serving size of bicarb. Thank you, fridge. It's so hard. Everything just comes up with calories. I'm like, I don't care about calories. I just want to know how much am I supposed to eat. Okay, so I have this website that I thought wasn't telling me the right information before, but it's actually just given me the amount, 13.8 grams, but it's given it to me in tablespoons, teaspoons, grams, etc. But I thought that was different amounts, but they are all 13.8 grams. So I believe the amount is 13.8 grams, and that is 1 tablespoon. Pretty sure that's what the recipe originally calls for as well. And considering I now have to do 3 times that, probably about half of what we have already in flour. So it's going to be interesting. All right, that's 1, 2. Guess I need more baking powder now. Okay, the next ingredient is our ground cloves. Now this calls for half a teaspoon of ground cloves, so I'm really hoping it's either less than that or maybe just the same, but then considering we have 1/3 of the amount of flour, I really want it to be less. Serving size of ground cloves. Please don't say a teaspoon. Damn it, I thought it was just right there for me. Don't care about the health benefits. Just want to know how much to use. So I'm back to the same website that I've used for a couple of the things, and it is saying 6.6 grams. So we are going to go with that. That is just over a teaspoon, which is more than the recipe said. That is so strong. The next ingredient is our ginger. Now this calls for 2 teaspoons of ginger. So hopefully this won't be too bad because it's probably going to be around that or less. Same website because it seems to be good. 5 grams. That is quite a bit less. So there's less ginger in our gingerbread cookies than there is cloves. It's gonna taste really good. So going in with another teaspoon. Oh, it's gonna make me sneeze. This is gonna be spicy. So the next ingredient is our brown sugar. So it calls for 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. I'm really hoping the serving size is like a whole cup because at least that will cut through the spices of this. Hell yes. This same website is saying 145 grams of brown sugar. That sounds like a lot. So I'm happy about that. And I feel like I'm just going to use this website for everything now because then I feel like that kind of makes it fair. So I'll link this website down below actually as well. It's called eatthismuch.com. So once again, we are on 0 and we're just going to keep adding until we get to 145 grams. Oh yeah, this is going to be lots. Yum! Woo! All right, I'm feeling better about this. Feeling a lot better that we have that much brown sugar in there. So nearly done. What's next? Got half cup of golden syrup. Ooh, I really hope there's lots of golden syrup in a serving size, but it's probably gonna be like 1 teaspoon. Oh, wow. One that just comes up straight away. Serving size. Oh wow, what do you know? It's a teaspoon. A teaspoon. All right, I'm just gonna do a little bit more than a teaspoon as well because it's gonna obviously all get stuck to the spoon, and I'm just gonna use what drips out into the bowl. Oh my God, I wanna eat this. But it's covered in cloves as well, so also kind of don't. Literally meant to be half a cup, but a drizzle will do. The next ingredient is our egg. Now, I'm pretty sure the serving size of an egg is 1, so I'm still gonna look it up, but I'm pretty sure. Serving size, 1 egg, yeah. Easy. Now, the final ingredient, I believe, is our cinnamon. Yeah, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I'm actually hoping there's lots of cinnamon because I love cinnamon. Where's that website? Hey! 7.8 grams. Alright, bad boy on 0, and I'm just going to shake in the cinnamon until it probably hits 8, to be honest. It's not registering any of it. So that's a bit of a problem. Just going to have to Google how many spoons is 7.8 grams. Okay, so it's just under 2 teaspoons. I feel like I probably already put in a teaspoon, so let's go 1 more teaspoon. Woo. So this is the current situation. I definitely don't think this is what it's meant to look like, so we're doing good. Time to mix it. Smells like cloves. Smells familiar. So basically last year my sister and I wanted to make gingerbread, and so we did, and we accidentally misread the recipe and put in, pretty sure, a tablespoon of cloves instead of a teaspoon, and the whole thing tasted like cloves, which is not, you know, the worst flavor in the world, but it's very, very strong. So kind of just scarred from cloves for life now. So that's why I'm not too happy that the most amount of spice in this is cloves. Well, there's a little bit more cinnamon, but it still just smells like cloves. Look, an actual dough. This is amazing. So as you can see, we have a dough, which I am stoked about. To be honest, this looks like any other gingerbread dough that I've ever made, so we're on the right track. It just smells quite a bit like cloves, so I reckon right now it's just going to turn out pretty much the same as how mine and my sister's turned out, which is, you know, not the worst thing in the world. At least it's still somewhat edible. So now I just have to roll this guy out and then let it chill in the fridge for a bit. So I will be back in a little bit. All right, so here is our nice and cool dough. I am getting impatient, so I just want to cut it up now. I also don't have any little cookie cutters and shapes or anything, so I'm just going to use a spoon and trace out probably little ginger men, maybe little trees, whatever I feel like, to be honest, probably whatever's easiest. Okay, I don't know why, but my camera card is saying it's full even though I literally just went and emptied it onto the computer. So there is nothing on it, but it's still saying it's full. So we're just gonna finish the video on my phone, but that's fine because there's not much left anyway. So these are our little cookies here. I just did really basic shapes. This is a bell, I know, what the hell. Pretty happy with my stars, to be honest. I think they came out pretty good. This mixture is really, really squishy. I feel like definitely wetter than it should be, so that's kind of weird. And I only used, I think, about half of the dough because I thought if they're gross, then I may as well just throw that out and not waste time cooking them. So into the oven they go for about 10 minutes, I think it was. Oh, there are some big boys. Whoopsie. Oh. Legitimately, I just poked that and it was like a bubble. It was just air inside. How are these gonna turn out? All right, it's been just over 10 minutes. Whoa. Literally just smell like cloves. They're golden brown, so I feel like that's how they're supposed to be. They're ridiculously large and they look deceptively tasty, but I know that is probably all a lie. So I'm just gonna let them cool probably for like maybe 20 minutes, let them set a bit, and then I'll do the grand taste test. I just flipped them all over to cool the other side, and you can see their original shapes there in the middle and how they've all just expanded outside of that. So they're all just blobs now. Okay, so I'm impatient as hell. I'm just standing here watching them cool down, dying to taste one. So it's been like 5 minutes. They have hardened up a bit, like they're hard, but they're still obviously very warm. So here goes nothing. So, oh, nice crack. They're still like a little bit soft inside. They kind of feel like the perfect consistency. So if they had the correct amount of spices, I feel like they could potentially be amazing, but they might still be amazing. I don't know. They smell very clovey. Ooh, really nice crunch. Okay, but why do I love them? Oh, that crunch is so good. Like they're super spicy, but still nice. I reckon if I had half the amount of cloves, or a quarter maybe, this would actually be freaking amazing. I'm happy. I'm gonna eat these. Kind of sad because I literally just threw the other half of the dough in the bin. But then again, I'm probably the only one who's gonna eat these, so probably best I don't eat the whole thing myself because there is a cup of brown sugar in there. So that brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining. It was actually so much fun and really unexpected. Literally, like I said, I had no idea what was going to happen and I had a blast. So I really want to do this with more baking or even cooking. Let me know if you guys want to see more and what you want to see me cook. And let me know if you try something weird like this for yourself, because hey, if you're ever bored and you just want to entertain yourself, you could give this a go. Make sure you give this video a massive thumbs up if you did enjoy it, subscribe down below if you are new, and of course don't forget to click the little notification bell so you don't miss another video. And I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!